Guess who's back again? It's the All Systems Go Home Show, the All Systems Go podcast experience of your dreams. We're back and we're continuing on. This is episode 16. We're going to try to get to 20, I think. Try to break some records. I'm Jeremy Farbman, your host for the evening. We've got Kyle here.
On the show of your dreams, I'm the man of your dreams.
Ooh. We got the man of your nightmares, Dan Snyder.
I had a feeling. I had a feeling that you were going to out me and spoil my identity. Now everybody who's had a nightmare is going to pose a lawsuit.
It was too easy.
Me. Thank you.
We've also got the man of your sweetest dreams, Darian Bolin.
I'm already calling my lawyers to sue Dan for every single nightmare I've ever had. So you better get ready to pay up, buddy.
Is it going to be like a class action thing? Or
Yeah,
like
it's a class action lawsuit. Yeah.
Okay.
And Nicole Jones is also here.
Hi, it's me.
Yes.
All right. So today I want to start off with a question, try to get us loose and limber. And so we all know this is just a universal fact. There is too much content to watch, too much to play, too much to enjoy. But I think
there's so much to do. There's so much to see.
Yeah, I think the thing out of every medium that has the biggest ask in terms of investment is a television show, because with the movie it's just like 2 or 3 hours. You're good, no commitment. With the game, it's usually longer than that, obviously, but you have, you usually know what you're getting into. With a TV show, you don't know, especially if it's still going, you don't know how many episodes it's going to be, how many years of your life it's going to take up, like how many hours just in terms of pure number of episodes. I feel like
919.
Yeah, Kyle, you know this best. Like there is a real commitment with some shows that you don't get with a lot of other mediums. So
ongoing.
What I'm going to pose to you guys is what makes a show jump out at you, and what makes you actually decide to take the plunge on a TV show.
Ooh.
Are we going to play spin the bottle here? Who's going first? Who would like to step up to the bat?
Well, since Jeremy posed the question, maybe Jeremy should go first and get us all started.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think one aspect of it is availability, right? Like Netflix has just been huge, and all the other stuff that's the same as Netflix, because it's just made it so easy to just be like, all right, I'm going to knock out 10 episodes in a day or whatever, if it's a really unproductive day. Also, it's like, I didn't watch a lot of TV when you had to record the series or make sure you were on when it aired. And I also hate commercials. So I think just the streaming format really got me to check out a lot of series that I wasn't watching before. And also because of streaming, a lot of stuff is getting greenlit now that wouldn't have been greenlit before when it was purely network stuff.
Yeah, no, I could agree with that.
Yeah. What?
So Darian, is it like an issue of, does a show have to be well known or like well celebrated for you to consider checking it out, sort of a word of mouth thing, or are you willing to take the plunge on stuff you've never heard of before?
I mean, word of mouth definitely helps. Like, I like to know that there's at least some sort of some level of positive attention toward the show. I don't want to dive into a show that everyone hates, because I'm not that kind of person. But also, I'll take a chance on stuff that even if a lot of my friends haven't seen it or haven't talked about it, if it's something that looks interesting to me, I'll still go dive into it.
Yeah. So is there an example you have of something you hadn't heard of before, but you just why not? Because I've been that way with a few Netflix originals, like Space Force. I had no idea it even existed until it was just watch Space Force. I was like, yeah, might as well, I guess.
And that turned out to be a really good show.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with that. What did you think about it? Yeah.
I am the opposite way, where I don't like going in blind sometimes. I base a lot of what I watch on recommendations of people I trust, people who I know have similar tastes as I do. And because a lot of mine is animation based, and there's so much just not quality animation. And I'm not gonna say it's better or worse in a different time period. It's the SNL theory of the cream rises to the top when we forget about all the bad stuff. We're just in the era now of seeing the bad stuff. But that's beside the point. It just takes a lot of like high quality people to recommend something. So like something like Amphibia, which I know doesn't get. I could say that to you guys, and you would have no idea what that show is. But like people in the circle I follow can be, hey, this is a really good show. You guys should check this out. So now it's on my list of shows I eventually will get to.
See, I am completely the opposite way. I'm completely the opposite way from your opposite way. See, word of mouth to me means absolutely nothing. I can have 30 of my closest friends if I have 30 close friends. I can have 4 close friends telling me that I absolutely need to check out a show like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I was just about to bring up JoJo. I feel like there's no half measure on JoJo people. You've either never seen it or you are part of a death cult that wants everyone on Earth to watch it.
Yeah, I don't watch it.
I am the exception again. I've seen 10 episodes.
Yeah.
I saw 3. It was really
Where's the max when you need
I've
them?
seen none.
Yeah, that was like when Tiger King was just everywhere. It was either coronavirus news or Tiger King hysteria. And it's like, all right, well, it seems like a lot of people really like this show, and I just never checked it out. That was the way with like even Rick and Morty. I think like the 2nd season was about to begin. Like I am such a laggard when it comes to like certain shows that are like huge pop culture phenomena. It's like really a good review that I'll see like on YouTube in passing for something, or even just like hearing somebody that's like, yeah, it's a good show, and they actually have that passion in their voice. Like, okay, like you have sold me strictly on what? Like what is it?
Enthusiasm?
Phonetics, semantics, pragmatics, the passion in the voice,
Domestics.
Yes.
Is there like one particular show each of you have that you are the evangelizer of? Because for me, I know I love the Venture Brothers so much, and it's like been on for so long, but it's still obscure. So like
Jeremy, go Team Venture.
Go Team Venture. Where's the next season? What's happening?
I could spot off half a dozen shows that I think people need to watch.
Yeah, go for it.
I know I'm in a circle of people that probably have seen them, but like mainstream wise, it deserves so much more.
This is your platform, Kyle. What are these shows?
Yeah.
Steven Universe, Boy Meets World,
Scrubs,
anything. What do you want?
Those are all popular shows.
Yeah, those are popular though.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need
like,
something asinine, bizarre on an asinine level.
The Politician. There.
Okay,
There's even more
That's a
specific
solid
one.
choice.
There you go.
Kipo and the World of Wonderful Beasts is another one.
Yeah.
There.
You're just making stuff up now. I like it.
Letterkenny.
Yeah. The fork sits
I'm
on
not-
a plate. That was a great show.
The cow
I'm
jumps over
looking
the moon.
But I think to stay on this point of like recommendations, there's also a running theme as I look at my watch list of things I have to watch eventually. There's a running theme of shows from my childhood that I missed, that because they're so nostalgic for people, that I feel like those are things that I want to be part of that conversation, which is another reason why I watch shows, because I want to have conversations about things and about like what that person was like.
So you feel guilty for not catching on to something when everyone else did? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it's partly that, and like I think that a show you watch says a lot about the person. If somebody watched a lot of
like
superhero
I didn't
stuff
watch
as a kid.
Avatar, I watched Kids Next Door.
Yeah, Codename Two Next
so
Door.
but watching a lot of superhero stuff could be a person turns out to be really brave because they're idolizing those heroes. If somebody watched a lot of Bill Nye, they'll be a more like tech savvy person. I don't know. There's something that leads into
What
that,
happens if they
especially
watch Tiger King?
Yeah.
You like
They're
kidding.
serious.
They're gonna
I
get
don't
eaten
know.
by a tiger. That's how they're gonna die.
But like, I'm just looking down this list. I haven't seen Danny Phantom, Adventure Time, Teen Titans, Gravity Falls. There's so many like. I probably get
gotta
a
watch
note for every single person and it says a lot about who you are, because if you really enjoy that show, it is ingrained in who you are.
Yeah, but at the same time, it feels kind of disingenuous to like go back. It's like, I mean, you made your choice to not watch those shows when they came out, right? I feel like so much of the conversation comes from looking back. It was something that you did watch in the past, but you've moved on with your life now. I feel like you can't really capture that same feeling if you go back as an adult.
Well, I think to a certain degree you can. Like,
Yeah. No, I can agree with Jeremy there. Like, it's not in that time anymore. A lot of the context, a lot of the meta is gone. It doesn't have the same.
They might be enjoyable on their own right and great things, but I mean, you're not going to have the same experience, so you just can't.
You're just nostalgia jocking at this point. You want that same goody feeling of childhood memories and closeness and passion for something from, something so far back that was so special to you. You're just trying to take that away now.
I think the argument of it being like searching for nostalgia, yeah, that could be a thing. But to say the context changes per show is probably also true. But to say like it doesn't hit the same, I think is wrong, because watching, like, no matter when you watch it, no matter what age, that feeling of watching something for the first time is magical if it's good enough.
Yeah, as long as it hasn't been spoiled for you.
Yeah, but yeah, like Avatar. I didn't watch Avatar until 2 years ago, and I knew it existed, and I've seen like clips all the time, but I didn't know what happens. And watching it for the first time with people that like had seen it before, they're like, and I'm describing like how I felt, what I was watching. They're like, "Yep, felt that too. Yep, felt that." Like, it's the same. Ah, man. I love TV shows, man. I love TV shows.
I don't like TV. There are like 6 TV shows I really like.
I don't
love
actually watch
content.
that much TV.
Oh man, you want to know what show? God, let me rephrase this. The first thing that came to my mind of what gets you into a show when you posed this question was like, okay, what do I really like? Especially if it's a show that's already come and gone, or it's like investing too much time into a series, because nothing turns me off when I'm scrolling through Netflix and I come across something that has like, it looks cool. It's got a cool thumbnail. I read like the description. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting premise. And I'm like, this will make for a really good movie. And then I see like 13 episodes and I'm like, oh, Netflix, I can't invest this chance that I'm going to watch these 13 episodes and be really pleased and have like this overarching story of like, okay, this is supposed to be one of those one season shows. Here's your 13 episodes. Here's a story, beginning, middle, end. Enjoy. You want to know why I can't trust Netflix and why I don't invest my like time into Netflix series anymore? Because of Stranger Things. Stranger Things lied. Not only lied to me, but lied to all of us. That was supposed to be how so, you ask? Well, I will. Let me do tell.
Like, let's listen to what you just did.
Yeah, Stranger Things was supposed to be a one season show. That was, here's a story, and then it made so much money. It was supposed to be a single season, and now
the creators
are on season 3.
The creators have like from the very beginning said this is supposed to be a three to 4 season show.
Yeah, and then they upped it to like 4 to 5.
All right. Okay.
8 to 10
from
to
the
15,
beginning, they had like a
whatever it is.
multi-season arc in mind.
It was supposed to be a one season show, and then the creators were like, no, 3 seasons. And then 3 seasons came and went, and they're like, no, 5 seasons. Why not? Stranger Things is going to
that's not a bad thing though. Like
like
the scope of the story changed, and so like there are thoughts of like the ending of the story changed.
No, you know what's about to happen? Stranger Things is about to turn into Boyhood. The movie that like took 13 years to make or whatever.
12 years to make.
12. Oh my god. Yeah, Boyhood is about to be, or Stranger Things is about to be Boyhood. We're literally about to watch these people grow up before our very eyes in character.
You see that in any show that goes on for a long period of time.
Yeah.
You see that in Friends.
But promises are broken.
No, you shouldn't be seeing anything in Friends. You should not be watching Friends.
Yeah, you should be watching.
Don't let the blurb hear that.
Seinfeld.
Scrubs. There, you see them grow up in Scrubs.
Fair enough.
So Kyle, not to keep the attention focused on you, but you are such a big TV watcher, and like we have been going over in these past few months, you have been exploring this Power Rangers project. It might have legs, it might not. I mean, they probably won't get to season 40. It's just not that great of a concept. But so what were the factors that was like? Because obviously, you picking up the show and sticking with it for this long is not an easy thing to do. So
I honestly, man, well, I don't really know because I just made this whole point about word of mouth, being like the main factor in why I watch things. I don't know a single person of my friends who loves Power Rangers or like likes Power Rangers.
you sensed a gap. You wanted to be the Power Rangers guy.
I guess so. And like I remember watching it as a kid, and this is more along lines of like going back and finding that nostalgia because I've seen like early seasons. And I guess it was also like to steal a line from Avengers, the part of the journey is getting to that end, and I wanted to go through the whole process of watching such a big show and proving to myself that like I can do that because there are a lot of shows I'll pick up and I won't finish. Like,
you know, some people go on a hike or you know, try to lose weight or something. But, you know, watching 50 seasons of TV, that works too.
Exactly. Actually, how many seasons is it?
23. 23.
Too many, one might say.
Yeah.
Nicole, do you have anything to add, or do you want to just transition us into a different topic?
Yeah, because I started thinking about it a little more. I think typically, like, if it's like a very specific kind of genre, then I'll watch it. Like, for example, most people know that I really like sports anime. And then sometimes I'll watch an anime just because it has sports in it. And then I'll be like, oh, wait, just kidding. I actually don't like it because that's happened to me before. And then I'll drop it. So I don't feel like it's that successful all the time. But it gets me to watch it, which is at least something.
You just need to do your research first.
No, I just went into it because I was like, soccer. I like soccer. I'm gonna watch the show, and then
you're like, wait, I hate soccer. What? How did this happen?
Actually, I ended up hating that show. So then I was like, okay, well now I hate soccer.
You're American. That's your duty to hate soccer.
You're American now. So who wants to take up our next topic? I mean, you know, it can be whoever.
Our next topic.
I mean, we're saving a big
While we're
time.
talking about TV shows, y'all ever heard of a little show called 30 Rock?
Oh my god.
Only from you.
Yeah.
That's the one with the Amy Poehler, right?
No. I think you're thinking of the Mighty Bee.
This is the one on the Nature Channel where they have 29 rocks and then they throw in another
I was gonna continue to mess with you, Jeremy, but you mentioned the Mighty Bee, and I can't help but respect that.
Who?
I don't know
Jeremy,
what you're talking about either.
I meant Darian. Just speak before I lose my mind.
People watching too much Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Darian, go ahead. 30 Rock reunion.
Yeah, 30 Rock was, it was this little show that aired like had 7 seasons on NBC. Got nominated for like 100 something Emmys total. It came and went. And
it's no Power Rangers.
Yeah, it's no Power Rangers, but it did pretty okay for itself. It won Outstanding Comedy Series Emmys like 3 or 4 years in a row. No big deal, but anyway. And this past week they did a little.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and this past week it did a little reunion special because that's the hot new thing now. Parks and Rec did it. Probably other shows did it now. 30 Rock.
I saw there was some Scott Pilgrim thing.
Yeah, there was also a Scott Pilgrim table read with like most of the cast there.
10-year anniversary was, I think, Tuesday
of the movie, right?
That explains it.
Yeah, it was a great movie, and it's been noted on this podcast several times that I am a big 30 Rock fan. That's my favorite comedy show of all time. So I was.
What? I thought it was Seinfeld. We were blood brothers.
Well, he did play Seinfeld on TV, so it's not that outrageous of a suggestion.
Seinfeld is a very close number 2. Number 2.
So tell us, what did they do for this? Was it just like an unused episode that they did?
No, it's a new episode. Like they wrote and filmed everything like remotely because Captain Corona isn't here. But like it was also sort of like an advertisement for like new NBC shows, like the streaming stuff on Peacock and just like NBC shows in general. So it was basically like an advertisement disguised as a 30 Rock reunion episode.
Oh, that's dirty.
And and I hate to say this for something that's like related to 30 Rock, which I love so much, but like it wasn't a very good special. I did not like it very much.
I saw the clip of her yelling at a pedestrian. That was funny.
So
like that was like the first freaking moment of the thing. Like they just like had one good moment. They just like put it right at the beginning, and everything was downhill from there. And like it wasn't in the sense that like it wasn't funny because like the jokes themselves, they still have that classic like 30 Rock scene to them. They're still funny, but like the filming style and the editing of it just threw off the entire like pacing of them, so they just didn't work as well as they would have if it were a normal episode.
Huh.
Yeah, so how did they film it?
Well, a lot of it was filmed just like through Zoom, just like all the actors at their individual homes. Then there's also like a few scenes where you can tell that they at least had like one person with like an actual television camera there, like at the house or something. But most of it was just filmed like on phones and Zoom and stuff.
Okay.
Were like they were in character the entire time, by the way?
Yeah, they weren't
like,
the actors, they were like the characters.
I was, because I know one of them, I think it was, I can't remember what show, but like they were half the time they were in character, and then half the time they weren't, because they like would talk about, oh, do you remember when we did this? Can't remember what show. I think it was Beverly Hills 90210.
Someone shows up playing a character from like the wrong TV show, like their other show they were on.
That'd be good.
Alec Baldwin just does Trump the whole time, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!"
And suddenly a season of Unbreakable breaks out.
So, do you think that this was sort of the one chance for a reunion for the show, or do you think like they could do it better in a few years?
I think they could absolutely do it better because like it's Tina Fey. Tina Fey, like she can just do pretty much anything at this point, and it'd probably be good, except for the 30 Rock reunion, obviously. And like, I definitely think this was kind of like testing the waters a little bit for a reunion, because I know that they've said in the past they're definitely like interested, and the fact that they got most of the cast together back means that there's still some interest there too. And like, I don't think this like totally killed it, but I think it might like postpone a little bit, especially since Tina Fey's like working on a new show now.
She's always working on something.
Yeah, she is. She stays busy. She's on that grind 24/7.
So have you been keeping up with what all these actors and producers and writers have been doing afterwards? Because yeah, like we said, they're still having good careers, but was 30 Rock sort of that magical moment that hasn't been able to be recaptured?
I mean, I'm not like keeping with the sense that like I'll follow every single thing they do, but in the sense that I have a general idea of like, oh hey, this actor for 30 Rock is doing this thing now.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my god.
Oh, it's Kayla.
Someone's patching into the feed. We've got a hacker.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, mysterious stranger.
Jane.
Do you bring messages of the future?
Yeah.
Good.
Well,
Keep them to yourself. Keep them secret so you can sell them later.
not a great improver. I can see. We got the yes, but not the yes and.
Yes, and I can't tell you.
Oh, great. That's more like a yes, but no.
I'm scared.
How have you been, Kayla?
I've been pretty great. I work literally every day. So.
Wow.
But that's a good cash check, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Got to make that money.
Weekly or bi-weekly?
Bi-weekly. I get paid $12.50 an hour though.
Ooh.
That's actually pretty good.
Hey, where are you working? Just out of curiosity.
Applebee's.
What?
Oh,
Wait, what?
Yeah.
They pay you that much money to handle apples?
Like,
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. I'm so sorry that you were.
They need a lot of
Applebee's.
beekeepers.
Yeah, I'm sorry too.
Beekeepers. I'm the top quality beekeeper there.
Well, Kyle just got bit by a bee or something. What was all that about? Jesus.
I was thinking we can cut that bit, but my brother likes to get angry and yell.
Is
Mine
he playing
too.
Fortnite? Is he playing Fortnite?
No, it's worse. He plays Warzone.
Oh my!
Oh no.
With
I
little
don't
tiny
know if I'd
G.I.
call
Joes.
Warzone worse than Fortnite, but you know.
It is, because Fortnite's fun.
Kayla, what's your top placement in Warzone?
I've never played it, so
You should have just said
Zero.
one.
Yeah, you always say number
Yeah,
one.
no one would have called you on if you just said first.
Yeah, we'd all be like, wow. Wow.
I don't think anybody else here plays it, so I don't think anyone could
Yeah.
argue.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, bringing back Kayla to the round table here, number one Warzone player in the world.
number one in
Can't
the
disprove
world.
it.
Yeah.
So
Even if it was just for a
outside
second.
of working hard with the bees, have you found time for anything else in your life?
Yeah, I've started watching Private Practice, a spin-off of Grey's Anatomy, and
Oh.
Fully Cooley, Jeremy's favorite genre of
Are they
shows,
hot doctors
anime.
still?
Cool it.
Are they what?
Are they still hot doctors?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do they
They
not
were
have
never
AC in that
hot
hospital?
doctors?
Jeez.
You beat me by a second.
Oh no.
They're just
What's happening?
stumbling over each other for the easy jokes.
Yeah.
So a spin-off in what sense? Is it like, the Frasier kind of spin-off where they just take a character and put him in a
Yeah,
different...
they took Derek's ex-wife and gave her a show.
Was she a popular character?
Yeah, her entrance is like one of the most iconic things in the show. She walks up to Meredith and she says, "So you're the woman who's been sleeping with my husband," and it's just mic drop.
Wow.
They should probably get a better C-stand if they're dropping mics everywhere.
Like, their
I've
boom guy
always
isn't doing a very
described-
good job.
Oh, boom. We have
Do you remember when we were talking about 30 Rock?
6 dots?
Kind of.
I remember when we were talking about 30 Rock. Those were good times. Let's go back
Yeah,
to that.
this is when I
wanna
came
talk
to
about
this
30 Rock
epiphany.
more.
This
I
is
remember
when
when
I
I
came to
was
this
a
epiphany.
host and I had to do a story on Peacock.
Really? I don't remember that at all. I don't remember
either.
most news
that 'cause it
things.
was-
I
thought it was
remember
stupid.
the 50 million Peacock related jokes that they made on 30 Rock throughout all 7 of its seasons.
I believe that.
I never watched it.
You know how
Go watch it. It's streaming on
Oh.
Peacock right now.
Available.
And it's also
So,
streaming on Hulu if you don't
I
like
do have a
commercials.
question. So is it just one episode or is this like a whole thing?
It's
What?
just one special, right?
Just one special?
Yeah, just one special.
Of what?
30 Rock.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
like technically it's like a 1 hour special, but like 45 minutes of it is just advertising. So
Now, I feel like this is
Oh.
an obvious question that I haven't remembered to say, but Darian, have you ever been to the real 30 Rock?
I have not. I've never
What's a
been to New
30
York
Rock?
in general, but I would love to go to the 30.
I
Rock.
went there, and I was
Wait,
like,
what's
because I don't watch a lot of NBC shows, I was like, oh, I guess this is cool. I mean, I don't
what's
like
a
SNL,
30 Rock?
but 30 Rock is
30
where
Rock is
they...
Say, what's the 30 Rock?
30 Rockefeller Plaza is the headquarters of NBC.
Right.
It's set, yeah, it's in New York. It's in New York. What?
I never
It's
been to New
downtown.
York.
It's downtown.
Wait, have
New
you
York,
ever
right?
seen the ice skating plaza with the big naked yellow guy? That's where it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's where Kevin McAllister's mom finds him,
The
and
plaza
they end
in
up home alone
Elf? They
too.
go ice
Yes.
skating in Elf?
It's where the
Yes.
X-Men hung out one time.
Ah,
Yeah.
all right.
I went there. It's beautiful. I was actually there for Christmas. I got to see their Christmas show. It was absolutely gorgeous.
Some guy sold my brother a bunch of Airheads. That was weird.
I'm jealous.
Just
Like-
off the street.
Basically, yeah.
Did
Did he
open
at
a
least get
French
them in the
toast with your
packaging?
head?
Yeah, fortunately.
See, like I have watched 30 Rock once a year for the past like 5 years, and every time I'm in the middle of my 30 Rock rewatch, I have a moment where I like go online and I look up how to apply to the NBC page program.
Like, to be a page there?
Yeah, I want so I can like become Kenneth.
That seems like a really miserable job.
I mean, it seems like it'd be pretty fun though.
Yeah, I mean, for certain people, I guess. It seems like I wouldn't enjoy it, but,
It's an Ohio thing, you wouldn't understand.
I guess so. For Ohio, everything seems better than what they have.
Yeah, definitely.
So why don't we jump over to Nicole? Nicole, what's up?
So I got Yakuza Kiwami too. This is I've already played Yakuza 0 and Kiwami 1, so this is the third Yakuza game that I've played. I do intend on playing all of them. I have to get that remastered collection. It has 3, 4, and 5. But anyways, back to 2. I definitely think you should play 0 and both Kiwamis, because I think they've added in a lot of stuff that kind of helps flesh out characters more and adds like there are small little threads where it's like they're nods to other things that happened in the past. But the main story, if you don't know anything about Yakuza, so basically it's like the main story is like very melodramatic, like crime story and everything, because this is organized crime. But then also you have like a bunch of sub stories, like you have a bunch of side quests that are like very, very goofy. But I'll go over the main story. So this one, Kiryu took a break after Kiwami won, and then he went to go live with his adoptive daughter, Haruka. And so then he just decides to come back and visits. He likes to visit some graves from his dad. And then the Tojo clan is the main Yakuza clan in Tokyo. And then they also have a bunch of other like families underneath them because there's like a whole hierarchy of them. It's a little bit confusing if you don't understand how the Yakuza work. But the Tojo clan is like the big thing. And then the chairman, he comes and visits Kiryu in the graveyard, and then he gets killed. So it's like, oh snap, what do? We don't have a chairman all of a sudden. And also the people who killed him were Omi Alliance. So Omi Alliance are the people that's the clan that's from Osaka. So then they're all like, oh snap, we got to go to war with these people. They did not just kill our chairman. So, and Tojo doesn't really want it to happen because they're very weak. And they're like, we have I don't know, 4 families here. And we can't really fight them off. So it's up to Kiryu to try and like, he tries to go to Omi, and then he's like, hey, maybe we should like not do this war thing. And then the chairman of the Omi Alliance, his son, he's a butthole because he said, I'm a dragon. Kiryu, you're the dragon of Dojima. I don't think there could be 2 dragons, so I think I should beat you up just for no reason.
It's a good reason.
Kind of do end up in a war. I mean, he tried. Oh yeah, and also there's this really pretty detective lady who tries to like arrest them and stuff, and she also doesn't know the background of her childhood because she's an orphan. I don't know if any of that made sense because that's, like I said, the main story, it's kind of convoluted. There's a lot that happens, and that was a very superficial explanation. But like I said, there are like great side stories. For example, what's a really good one? So there's one where, oh no, I don't know. Which one do I choose? They're so good. All of them are so good.
The second one. That one was the best one.
I'm trying to choose one that's appropriate.
Is Pocket Circuit Fighter in this one?
There's one where this Kiryu meets up this one guy who's a photographer, and he's like, hey, I think that you should do some modeling. You are like, oh my God, your body, you're like really muscular, Kiryu. You should do some modeling for us. And he's like, all right, fine, I'll do it. So then he gets into it, and then he's like, aren't you going to take photos of me? And he's like, no, dude, I'm just the assistant. Hold up, let me go get my boss. And his boss, he comes over to Kiryu, and he's like in a Speedo, and he looks like a bodybuilder, and he's like, all right, I'm ready to take some pictures. And Kiryu's like, what the hell? And he's like, we have to make art. And he makes Kiryu do a bunch of weird poses just for photography, because he's like, all right, now that we're done taking photos, I'm going to have to submit them to like this competition so I can get money. Kiryu's like, you are not publishing those photos. He's like, yes, I am. So Kiryu's solution, like how it is for everything, is to beat him up.
So
and
Nicole,
like,
as a photographer yourself, have you ever related to this experience?
No, I don't. Okay, I don't go to photo shoots in Speedos.
But have you ever instructed someone else to do that?
To make poses in their underwear? No. Because Kiryu does have to take off his shirt for that photo shoot.
Well, I mean, he just finds any excuse to do that, really. Like, he didn't even have to be asked.
Well,
Excuse me, I'm gonna go do some research.
It's great, Kyle. They do a move where they have a full suit, jacket, and shirt on, and then they reach over to the left shoulder and with one
reach over,
fell motion rip off their entire top ensemble. I'm not shopping at the right brands. I go to the Gap.
But as for combat, it's really similar to all the other games. If you played one Yakuza game, then you pretty much know how to play all of the combat. In 0 and Kiwami 1, they had fighting styles where like you had like kind of like this heavier like beast style, that's what they called it, and you could pick up objects around you. There was one, I think it was Brawler, that's kind of like your basic one, and then there's also Rush style, so it's just a really fast style and you can dodge really quickly. But for Kiwami 2, they did away with all of that, and they were just like, Kiryu's just gonna have one style, we're not gonna mess with that. But So they focus on that one thing. So you focus on upgrading, stuff like health, attack, defense, your heat moves as well, like for your heat meter. And then, yeah,
The
you don't have to
heat
worry
meter
about
sounds
any
like the
other fighting
coolest
style.
thing
And
ever. The heat meter sounds like the coolest mechanic ever.
So the heat meter, basically the way it does is you can do heat moves. So once you either beat up people or you block someone very successfully.
Nicole, while you're editing this, just have like a rolling video of like someone's compilation of all the heat moves.
They are way too violent, and I can't do that.
You can do that. Come
Yeah,
on.
you can. This is now our show.
It's
we're
fantasy.
We're all adults here.
I don't know if you remember the conversation going along the lines of All Systems Go is TV2, All Systems Go Home is us.
As long as it's not funny. Because we're not
no, they're not.
Yeah, we're not
funny
the
at all.
agenda.
Yeah,
The agenda would never.
They're just really sad.
Anyways, for the heat meter, basically what you do is you build up the heat meter, and you can do like special attacks. They're kind of more cinematic. So, for example, if I grab a dude and then I bring him over to a wall, I'll like slam his face on the wall, and then it does extra damage because it's like a special move, kind of. And there are all kinds of unique ones. Like, for example, I fought someone in a convenience store, and then Kiryu like threw a dude into the microwave that they have at the convenience, and then Kiryu's like, "Hey, you need to heat that up." And so then the convenience worker turns on the microwave with that dude's head inside of it. So that's a pretty good heat move.
So I got the demo for this game when it came out, and I saw sort of like how similar it was to Yakuza 6, and just like using that same experience system where you have like 6 different experience things you get from doing random things, and I was like, no, I'm good. I don't want to right now. Maybe later. Do you find that sort of like a step down from previous games?
No, I think it's a step up, because the thing is with Zero, oh my gosh, my computer. With Zero, because the whole idea of why they had you, like the means of how you level up through money, because you make like absurd amounts of money.
That was awesome. I love that. Resource.
But that's the reason why they did that, was because, well, it was also thematic of the time, because during the 80s, that was when Japan had they had the bubble, so they were making mad bank. So that's why they use money to upgrade it. So now they have both money and like your actual XP. But the thing is, it's so easy to get XP. Like you can literally like eat food and you get XP. If you finish a sub story, you get a lot. Or if you finish a main story, you get a lot. Almost every single thing that you do, you get XP.
Okay.
So I don't think it's cumbersome.
I found it cumbersome when I played 6, but maybe I'm just not good. So Zarian, as a huge comedy fan, these games are hilarious, but they're also sad. So what are you looking for in a game? Are you looking for something that can tickle your funny bone, or are you looking for something with a little more emotional nuance? What are we talking about?
The main thing I look for like gameplay. I look for like art style, not necessarily like graphics, like nice graphics, just like an art style that looks, cool and unique. Like gameplay and art style are the things I mainly look for.
Sure, but when the game does have a story, and that's a factor.
The main story is like genuinely good, though.
Holds up.
Like I'm not necessarily like, oh, I want my games to have no comedy, or I want my games to have no emotional nuance. I think it kind of depends on it depends on the game, and like if the tone of that plot fits in with the kind of game that they're trying to make.
It doesn't. They're vastly different because it's very, very goofy for all the sub stories.
I feel like it's so strange. I've never seen something like just go in two completely different directions.
But it works.
Like they shouldn't work together at all. They have no reason to, and somehow they're both good, like really good.
Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg's cooking show.
Prime
example.
That was a reference, Dan.
Yes, I'm happy to participate.
I'm sure there was no like emotional sad moments in that show, but maybe there were.
Actually,
where Martha Stewart just dies right there in the middle of the kitchen.
Is that how it happened?
I did play. I also forgot to mention they also have like a little like kind of spin-off mini thing. It's just where you play Majima. Because you find out the events that happened before Kiryu came back to Tokyo, like Kaminocho. So what happens is in Zero, I don't want to go into too spoilery. Okay, basically,
does it feel tacked on?
Majima's,
Because
it feels very satisfying because he gets closure with a certain character. I'm not going to talk about it because it's Yakuza 0 spoilers, but it made me feel good, but I also wanted to cry.
So you would say start with Zero, very affordable on a lot of platforms.
It costs $0.
I would go the order that I'm doing it in. I know a lot of people say to go with Judgment because it has nothing to do with Yakuza, but I think that you should start with Zero. I haven't played Judgment, but
Judgment is good. It just doesn't really have much to do story-wise with anything.
Yeah, it's just nothing there because they don't even mention any characters, or like they say, oh, a Yakuza dude jumped out of a window, and it's Kiryu. They're talking about Kiryu, and that's about it, to my knowledge at least.
The orange guy shows up. That guy's cool.
I think, yeah. So I'm going
it's
through.
Fun. But if you're in Yakuza specifically for like the Yakuza lineage of story,
yeah. And there are a lot. I mean, there are 6 of them.
Soon to be 7. Well, there's 7, right?
Yeah,
0
because
plus 6.
It's like they're calling it like a dragon, which is dumb because the name in Japanese is like a dragon. So it's like a dragon, like a dragon. I don't even know.
No, it's like a dragon 7, and here it's Yakuza like a dragon.
Because the Japanese name is like a dragon, which is a gross name. But yeah, I would say go 0, Kiwami's 1 and 2, and then I would get the remasters for 3 through 5, and then 6. And then put in Judgment wherever you want. If you
what about 1 and 2?
Kiwami's 1 and 2 are 1 and 2. They're just remakes.
Oh, okay.
It just looks prettier.
Yeah. That's a fun series.
Huzzah.
I don't know if the new one's going to be good. I don't like RPGs that much, but hey.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to play that one.
I mean, the thing is there's still like no shortage of hours of the rest of the series if you don't like that one. So it's not a big deal.
Right. Yeah, I'm just hoping to get that remaster collection, and 6, and then I'll be done.
Yeah, it'll be done 400 hours later.
Yay.
Alrighty.
Jeremy, you've written down a game to talk about here, and I am excited to discuss I am excited to discuss this game with you because I do very much love
especially because of how it ties into one of my other favorite games. So yeah, a few weeks ago I teased I was getting ready for Dishonored.
Yes.
So I kicked off that. I would say I'm about technically 3 levels done. I'm not really sure how it's counting it. I mean, I guess technically the intro, and then the tutorial level, and then 2 more levels after that, I think.
Jeremy, what are you playing this on?
I'm playing this on the old Steam, and that's sort of what I want to talk about, because I think Dishonored is a game that's built in the tradition of immersive sims, right? And the whole ethos behind that is we're going to have what is geographically a small space, but a lot of gameplay possibilities within it. And you can go about achieving your objective however you want and in whatever way you so choose. But with Dishonored in particular, there is a correct way to play Dishonored. No matter what anyone tells you, like the game itself tells you this is how you're supposed to play this game. And the way you're supposed to play it is as stealthily as possible and as non-lethally as possible. But
I killed everyone. There
are still opportunities, like you said, to go out guns blazing and stuff like that. But I was like, well, I think playing this the way they intended is also going to conveniently align with how I want to play it. Because just by doing the tutorial, and it's like, oh, this combat doesn't seem fun. I don't want to do this at all. And the game just lets you not do the combat at all if you're persistent enough. So that's why I think playing this on PC is like the objective best way to play it because of the quick saving. Because it really wants you to just stitch together that perfect run where you just, quick save. Oh, that didn't go right. Quick load. Not quite. Do it again and again and again until you finally, make that progress. And you're just sort of experimenting your way through the level. Darian, I know you're a big fan of this. Is that how you played it, or did you play it a different way?
Well, see, I played the game originally on console. I have yet to actually play the game on PC, and so like quick saving is technically there, but it's not as quick as it is on PC. So I had to really like plan things a lot more carefully. There wasn't as much room for error because if I screw up, I can go back and load a checkpoint, but like who knows how much progress I'll lose from that.
Right. And so I want to contrast that with another one of my favorite stealth games, which I've been getting back into, is Hitman 2 and Hitman 1 also.
New Hitman 2?
New
Or
Hitman 2 and new Hitman 1.
Okay.
I bought
Yes,
all the other ones
specify.
I haven't played. I've only played the previous 2 Hitman games, which are not technically reboots, but yeah, it's a whole different thing. But that game, it goes a lot, follows a lot of the same principles. The whole draw is you replay these levels to kill your target in as fun as a way as you can. You know, whether that's drop a coconut tree on their head, like throw them in the path of a race car, you know, to shoot them to the moon, whatever you want. But with Hitman, I feel like the point is encouraging that, and they're pushing you less towards a correct way to play it, because maybe that's not true, but they put a lot of emphasis on all the different scenarios you can get your target into and how they can die, where Dishonored, I feel like, is not focused on that so much. Another thing is Hitman does have the what am I trying to say? The incentive to play like perfectly stealth, never get seen, never get spotted. That's the same thing. Way to go. But the difference is if you play this on the hardest difficulty and you get that perfect run, you only get 1 save slot. And so that is such like the perfect balance for me, because, you know, if you know how to exploit the Hitman AI, like you can do whatever you want. So to have to really, you know, master a run, and usually there will be like 2 or 3 targets in a level. So you go, okay, do I want to blow my save right now, or do I wait until I've like already taken out one and I'm like close to getting the other guy? So that adds a lot of strategy, and it's a lot of fun, in my opinion, to plot out routes in these levels, because you're mastering the level as you keep replaying it and finding all the secret hidden passages you can take, and just know the exact right spot to grab the target. And it can be frustrating sometimes when like you're a little too close to the view cone and you have to start all over, but ultimately it's rewarding. So I'm a big fan of both these games, and you know I have no idea how far I am in Dishonored, but stealth, it's very fun.
Now, where do these games stand up in relation to Parappa?
Well, they're totally different. They're not the same thing. You do none of the same things. I'm not even sure there is a rhythm game. I mean, in Hitman, you can become a drummer and like join a band, but there's no mini game. It just, you know, he just does it perfectly.
Now, where do these fit in the Yakuza timeline? Where do these games?
You do kill a Yakuza in one of the Hitman missions.
Oh.
Yeah, but nobody rips their shirt off in that match.
You're the one who you're the one who killed the
Yakuza
Tojo
Cinematic
family chairman.
Universe.
If the price is right, he'll do anything.
Oh, so he was on The Price is Right.
That would be a good one. They should do a game show level where you have to go on a game show, kill the game show host.
Wait, that'd be really cool.
I'm always hesitant to like suggest Hitman levels, because then someone's like, "Oh no, they did that one like 3 games ago." It's like, "Oh, I didn't know."
Yeah, they have never done it.
That's how we feel suggesting things on All Systems Go.
Yeah.
You just gotta have
The
better
agenda did
suggestions.
No, at some point I think we just need to like just reset on everything we've ever done on All Systems
A
Go. And just
reboot?
like, yeah.
Also,
Systems
gone.
Reboot.
Burn it.
So
to
anyway,
the
Jeremy,
ground.
you were talking about Dishonored and how it seems like it has like a right way to play it, and like something I've always found interesting about Dishonored is that like if you want to go around killing everyone, there are like so many ways to do it. You have like the sword, you have the pistol, you have 2 different crossbow bolts, you have grenades, spring rays, you got the rat's horn, all that. If you want to do like things non-lethal, you have choking, you have sleep darts, and that's it. It is way harder to go stealthy, which in turn makes it like more rewarding overall because you feel like you've conquered more of an obstacle.
Yeah, and that's another thing I want to get into, is that the mechanics of it and just the amount of options you have are pushing you in the direction of of going lethally and crazy. So I guess you would call that like an intrinsic motivation to do it, whereas the extrinsic motivation is all the loading screens and like all the results you get from your missions are like, you better do this non-lethally, dude. Like you're gonna get a bad ending. Like I mean do what you want. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I'm just saying you are going to get a bad. And so just. I mean,
like some of the non-lethal options for like your targets, they're some like really freaking dark stuff you put your people through.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, technically that's better than just popping them in the head.
I don't know. I killed everyone. My reasoning behind it was because, okay, the story is that you're an assassin, and obviously I have to kill people to be an assassin, so I killed everyone.
But see, the point is that like you get framed for murdering someone, so why would you prove your innocence by going around and murdering more people?
I didn't know what would happen at the end. I just wanted to kill people.
Well, in Hitman, you can become an out and out psychopath. Like just someone that deserves the worst thing in the world. But you can also be a consummate professional who was never spotted. So yeah,
like something else. Go ahead.
No.
Well, something else in Dishonored 2 is that like. The heart has like little stories about pretty much everyone you meet, and so like a fun thing to do is just go around, just like see what the heart says about the person, and decide from there like, does this person seem like they should live, or should this person die?
I don't know. I feel like everyone deserves a little misery in that universe. It's not a happy place.
That is true. It is not a happy place. Do you also have Dishonored 2?
Well, I mean, it's part of that PlayStation Now subscription thingy, but I don't want to play it on consoles after playing this first one. So, and also I probably won't go into it right away.
And of course you can't forget about Death of the Outsider either.
Is that a good one?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like it's more of the same for Dishonored 2, and like the abilities you use are a little different, but like it's solid. Okay. It's not as good as like the mainline games, but it's solid.
I will say playing this has got me a little more excited for their new game. The Deathloop thingy.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Are they making that? Deathloop. I didn't even make the connection.
Yeah, they also made the new Prey.
Yeah, which I don't have a lot of interest in, but hey, seems good.
It's like if you like the immersive sim elements of Dishonored, you'll like Prey.
Yeah, it was pretty good. What is this Deathloop thing that you mentioned?
It's I don't know. We talked about it a few episodes ago.
It was part of the PlayStation thingy.
PlayStation's conference.
Gotcha.
And it was mentioned last year.
I was gone for that.
Speaking of the PlayStation conference, there is going to be an Xbox conference. By the time this is out, it will already have happened. So, I mean, can you believe that Banjo is back, everyone? Crossover with Parappa. It's happening.
Conker's Bad Fur Day 2, guys.
Are you serious? Banjo is back?
Banjo.
I was going to do. I was thinking about like doing another special episode for this, but the PlayStation one did really badly, so I don't think.
Oh man!
Well, just
guys, Xbox is rebooting Blinks the Time Sweeper.
Should have had my cam on for that reaction of Banjo's coming back.
It's like
Banjo.
Just to let you know, Dad, we are joking. By the way, like that's not confirmed yet.
Sons of bitches!
We don't know. We don't know.
I mean,
I couldn't tell if he was.
I mean, they did put him in Smash, so like there's something there. It seems
somehow likelier than it has in the past, but not now.
So,
not now.
It's a property to make money off of. They might bring it back. They probably will.
But
the biggest thing. Oh, go ahead, Nicole. I'm sorry.
Oh, but it's like, but people were all mad after Nuts and Bolts.
Yeah, that was like 12 years ago.
Nuts and Bolts was terrible.
Now they're just like, oh, maybe they're too scared to touch that IP now.
Oh, okay. Let me clarify something. Nuts and Bolts would have been a fine game all on its own. If it was, you go watch the JonTron video of Nuts and Bolts. He couldn't have said it better. It should have been a different character's game. If it was a different character's game, then it would have been a great game. But the fact that it has the stigma of it being a Banjo-Kazooie game killed the game itself. Like if that was the first Banjo-Kazooie game you ever played, hey, you might have liked it. You might have thought that's what the entire series was about. But the fact that you had a hardcore fan base biting at the bit for that third Banjo game, and even though we got that Banjo 3 trailer, that just
Three.
teased us.
I just think
Just
it's
teased
funny
us.
that like the whole joke they made in that game, because it's a very fourth wall thing, is like, wow, it's been so long since the
Right.
last Banjo game. You're such an ancient series, and it's been longer since Nuts and Bolts than the entirety of the Banjo series up to that point. So
Yeah.
it's like they really haven't touched it. I would not expect it for like another 3 years, because my guess is like they saw the reception to Banjo and Smash, and they're like, wow, we can get all these stupid Switch owners over to Microsoft PCs and Xbox services if we make a new Banjo game. So that's taken them some time, I bet.
I don't think that it's like a conversion thing with Microsoft. I think if they release a Banjo game, I think it's going to be on all 3 platforms. So I don't think there's going to be any really conversion.
Oh no.
don't think so.
That's still,
I don't
that's
think
still,
it's going to like.
yeah, that's still a rare.
I mean, they
title,
put their
very
stuff on
strictly.
Steam now, but like, why
Microsoft
own the
doesn't
IP if you're
care
not like they have so few exclusives
about
compared to the other
Right.
platforms? Like they
That'd be
need to
their one
protect
thing.
them all. I think.
I don't think Microsoft cares about exclusives. Exclusives are the thing that PlayStation's fans talk about because rightfully so, it's their strong point. But like, I think Microsoft needs to, instead of fighting a battle they're not going to win because Microsoft has that one leaps and bounds. I think make strides in other areas. Like I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Well,
but
backwards
I think,
compatibility is one that they've been pushing for.
yes,
Which like is an objectively cool thing.
a console that doesn't look stupid. That's a minor thing, but
A console with a name that makes sense.
No, they'll never get that.
no.
There was all over like
Series X is a mouthful.
no. Well, I think
Xbox
eventually
X.
they're just gonna stop
What
calling
I'm
it
saying.
that. They'll just call it the Xbox, and it'll be like a rolling thing. You're like, the Xbox model 2022. Oh, okay, it can do this and this. 2019 models will no longer be supported. That sort of thing.
I mean, people like us will be fine with it, but like I'm talking about like the grannies who like they talk to little Timmy's like, I want an Xbox for Christmas. They're like, okay, we'll get you an Xbox, and they actually get him like the freaking Xbox One or whatever.
Hey, he'll be covered. All the new Xbox games still play on Xbox One,
So
and it'll be cheaper too.
I think the biggest thing to be excited about though with tomorrow's direct,
This isn't Nintendo. It's not a direct.
Don't worry about
That's
it.
copyright.
it's Microsoft first party conference, whatever you want to call it. To me, is gameplay for Halo Infinite because
Mhm.
Nicole, if the
Okay.
gameplay for Halo Infinite sucked, just put a big farting sound right there.
They did release the box art for today, and it is like vaguely reminiscent of the box art for the first Halo game.
Oh, yeah.
So, so I am like at least cautiously optimistic that maybe 343 finally gets it now.
box art does. Oh god, I want. Listen, Halo 3 is my favorite franchise of all time. I think
Halo 3?
Yeah, Halo 3, the entire
Halo 3
Halo
franchise.
3.
That's it.
Halo is my favorite franchise of all time, and I think Halo 3 is a top 5 game of all time.
Halo 3 is fire.
And without the Halo franchise, you don't get as good a multiplayer as you do, but that's beside the point. I think I want Halo to be good again. And I hope that it is, but like
Make Halo great again.
I don't want to say that.
I think
didn't
all
have
Halo
to.
fans want Halo to be good again.
I don't think
Yeah.
people
Like-
liked what 343 did with it.
Yeah, no.
That's my worry.
So, as
Was it
someone who's never
343?
played a Halo, like, what was the one big thing that made the new games worse?
The story is just an absolute mess.
Yeah.
Multiplayer is fun. The story is garbage.
So
Okay, so you know how you know the Halo song, right? You know how epic it is. That song that song represents the feeling of those first 3 games, even Reach. But then Halo 4 comes along, and all of a sudden, it's like trying to play the Halo theme on a kazoo.
now Halo 4 isn't a bad game. It's just not as good. And I think there's no way that it was going to be as good because Halo 3 is so good.
Yeah,
Halo 5,
Absolutely.
you can
I haven't
bleep that
even
out if
touched
you
it.
want.
straight dookie.
It's bad.
The multiplayer is fun though.
Now, here's my
Dookie.
thing about what I think went wrong with 4 and 5. I think it was so like there was a lot of stuff you could do in Halo, a lot of stuff, especially once you add the Forge mode. But Halo 3 is simple, and it's bright, and it's colorful, and it's fun. They added so many other unnecessary things that broke the simple concept of just being a shooter, like a great first person shooter, like with the different jetpacks and other perks you can get, because I believe that's a thing in 4 if memory serves.
Yes.
And it's just not
Yeah.
as fun as a simple futuristic first person shooter. And that's all Halo fans want. If you strip it down to the bare bones and just give it a graphic update, Halo fans will eat that up.
Oh, they did.
I'm one of them.
They did with the Xbox One, the Master Chief Collection.
Exactly my point.
See,
Yeah.
the thing that killed Halo was Call of Duty, because Call of Duty got popular, and then they're like, "Hey, we have to make this more like Call of Duty. Let's have like perks. Let's have sprinting. Let's up the pace. Let's lower the time to kill." Call of Duty killed Halo.
It is undoubtable that after Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, the industry changed hard. It took a hard left because everything was being modeled after like Halo once Halo came out. And then as soon as Call of Duty Modern Warfare came out, bam, industry changed. Everything had to be a gray shooter.
I'm curious what the new Halo will be modeled after most closely.
Tetris.
My biggest fear is going to be one of two.
I'd buy it.
I hope it goes back to the basics, but I think it's going to be based off one of two things. If it is, I think 1, it will fail. 2, it has a chance, and I'll play it, and I might like it, but it might not be as good. It's either going to be based off battle royales, which
I'm sorry, I just like how there's no third option where it's like it'll turn out to be good. No, it's either it's going to be complete garbage or it's going to be like McDonald's level acceptable.
yeah, that's probably it. Well, there's a third option. There's a third option where it goes back to basics, and that's the one I'm hoping for.
Well, I mean, they have
Also
added a grappling hook, so
I mean, the back to basics is the good option.
I think I don't know why this weird, not pie in the sky because it's not a good thing, dream that I have is that it bases itself on something like Overwatch, where it's like team-based combat in a way.
What if it became a deck building roguelite?
Oh my god!
I'd play the hell out of that.
There was like a 5-year
roguelite,
period where they'd slap Halo onto anything. There's like a tactics game. There was
Halo Wars.
Halo Wars is good though.
Halo Spartan Strike.
Can I make a prediction here?
Halo by Beyonce.
Just in any series or any industry that you go into, anytime you have something that's really successful, and after a few iterations of it, it starts to kind of decline. What do? They revamp it with an origin story. How long until we are just served a heaping plate of Master Chief origin story?
Wasn't that kind of what Reach was?
No.
No, Reach
I mean,
was
it's not Master Chief, but it's really
Master Chief
Reach was kind of an origin story for Cortana, if you really want to make a stretch.
Do people care about Cortana right now, or are people over it?
Not really. Like she was.
I have her turned off on my computer.
Like she was a big part of 1 through 4.
I'm sorry, I found that hilarious, even though it wasn't like to the level of that hilarious. Go ahead.
Thank you.
You know, like Cortana was a big part of like the first 4. She was kind of a big part of 5, and then Infinite. Like who knows?
Yeah, no, they should have stopped with Cortana after 4. Like 3 was supposed to be her end. 4, you bring her back as like that rogue kind of crazy AI. Okay, interesting concept. You know, the whole spoilers. The whole ending for 4 was like, okay, she is losing her mind. She is a cracked AI. She can't, be trusted because she's no longer stable. They should have just gotten rid of her. It should have given her a heroic end that like they should have given her at the end of Halo 4. That should have been it. They should not have tried to continue her story. It
seems like the only motivation they can think of to give Master Chief is, hey, Cortana is in trouble.
Yeah. Because they killed Sergeant Johnson.
Shame.
Aside from Halo, is there another game? I mean, probably the thing that would get you excited is something that is new and that we don't know exists.
Not. Sorry.
What? So what I'm trying to say is, what would? This is actually kind of fun. I want to keep doing this. But what would get you really excited aside from Halo? Because I feel like that's the number one thing on every Xbox guy's list is Halo. Is there anything else?
Psychonauts 2, baby.
Yes, you already
yeah.
mentioned it. You already got me excited, and when I found out it was a falsehood, I felt my heart crack.
Oh, Psychonauts 2 is a thing.
Number 4, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Psychonaut. Well, that's coming to all platforms, but I'm very excited for that. That's going to be a good game.
Psychonauts 2.
I want like a hard release date because right now it just says 2020.
Yeah, I'm worried it's going to get delayed
I want
again.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Oh, and the other thing they're probably going to announce tomorrow is when pre-orders go on sale. But you know.
Oh yeah,
right.
Nicole, please keep a running total of all our predictions. See if we got any of them right.
And a price point. Price point is like the one thing we do not have about the freaking new consoles yet.
Because they're too
Right.
scared because
They're both just waiting for the other one to go first. They can just immediately undercut it.
I
So,
think the only way Xbox has a real shot if it's like $100 cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only way I
It's
think
like-
that's realistically possible is if it's 700 and 600.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because like
so
the
expensive,
freaking because like the Series X is so like over designed with so
Look at
much
this
like
stupid big box.
yeah, it's like so over designed with like a whole bunch of like super advanced stuff. There is no way it's gonna be less than $500 unless they just take like an absolute hit on every unit just to sell them.
They're
think-
Microsoft, to be
I-
fair. They could probably do that and just
I
make
mean,
it up in
Sony
Game
did that with
Pass.
the PS3 and like
They can promise whatever they want to put into the system, but until it actually comes out, it's they can remove whatever they want. Like, do you remember Project Natal before it became the Kinect?
yeah.
No.
Okay, well, the Project Natal, like all the hype that they had for the Kinect when it was first initially coming out, like the Kinect actually lived up to that hype. It was like, what was it? Something stupid, like 100
Did it, though?
camera, like
It'll make you dinner.
For like a month and a half, it did.
yeah,
For a
like
month and a half, it
everything-
lived up to the hype.
Yeah, everything that they were promising, it was actually going to happen until they realized, like, okay, this is going to cost way too much to mass produce this. We need to dumb this down. And then we essentially got like a Kodak wind-up camera.
Remember Peter Molyneux's Project Milo?
No.
I don't remember
It was-
much about that guy.
It was like this thing he was talking about for the Kinect. It was like this like interactive boy that you could like would learn from you. You'd have like full on conversations with him. You could like hold a piece of paper up to the screen. The paper would like appear in his hands. It was like super overhyped because Peter Molyneux, and like nothing came of it.
That's
Can-
creepy.
Can we also talk about how good Xbox is at naming its stuff?
X.
Oh,
Like
there-
projects? No, like project this, project that. I think
Okay,
I love those.
I thought
like-
that Xbox was the project name and they couldn't come up with anything better. At least that's what I heard. I don't have anything to back
That-
it up.
that only-
It's like
that only
Project
kind of-
Scarlet, Natal.
Yeah, that only kind of proves
No,
how
for
terrible
the
they
original
were.
Xbox. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but like the code names are always way better than what they actually come up with.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then Scarlet
Project
was way
Scorpio
cooler.
sounds dope as heck, and it ended up
Yeah,
being the
I want a
Xbox
Scorpio.
One X.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's dumb.
PlayStation just went with Matrix characters for a while.
And what if the Xbox was Scarlet too?
Yeah,
That
like
would-
I
that
would
would be
go for
off-brand.
a red Xbox.
Well,
I would
I'd be
worst-
down for that.
That would be like if
The
the All
worst
Systems
one-
Go logo just turned red. It just wouldn't make any sense.
The worst
But it would
one,
look
in
cool.
my opinion.
Oh my god!
is-
Oh my god! It just happened
What?
in editing. You turn it red. Oh
yeah,
my
if
god!
you
it
look,
just
if you
happened.
if y'all look on your screen right now, the logo is red now.
Yeah, I'm startled. I don't know what's gonna
I don't
happen
feel like
next.
photoshopping that.
You don't
I'll
have to
Photoshop it
Photoshop
for
it.
you.
You just like color it in.
Oh no, sorry. I thought you said just the logo. I was like, I'm not changing that whole thing red.
Well,
What?
now that we know that you're so dedicated to your job,
No,
uh,
my Photoshop skills are horrible.
I now want a
You could take a picture of it on your phone. And
the
just
last thing,
apply
there's a game
filter.
that's been missing in action for like 25 years. And that game is Batman. Whatever's next for Batman. Is this the time we finally see Batman, or are they saving it still?
I think Batman has been in the spotlight for
It's-
a little bit like longer than 25 years.
Well, there's Robert Pattinson now.
I mean, this new game
Yeah,
that
and
they've
guess
been
what?
teasing
He's-
since like
Oh,
last year.
Yep,
all
that's
red.
Robert
How about
Pattinson
that?
in the game.
that's not going to be shown till the Warner Brothers conference.
Do we know
And
that for sure?
apparently Xbox is
I'm
like
pretty
thinking
sure.
about buying out Microsoft, like or not Warner Brothers
Which-
Interactive.
It's so funny to me.
Yeah, like that's just like whack as heck.
That's a
They
big
made this
money
whole
move.
big thing. they made this whole big thing about, oh yeah, Warner Brothers now has its own game division.
Oh,
And it's
yeah,
gonna be
that's
this
right.
huge specific thing. And then you just hear other companies being like, okay, that's ours now. We're just gonna buy that.
Yeah, you want to
And just-
sell this Warner Brothers?
It's like when a mom kitten just kind of picks up the baby kitten for being a brat and just kind of picks it up by the back of its neck and just carries it away. That's
It's
what
like,
it's gonna
hey,
be.
Warner Brothers, do you want to sell Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment?
And they're like, yes, God, yes, please. So you're saying
Wait,
no
you wanna
Batman?
pay for us?
No Batman tomorrow or yesterday? Whenever.
I don't think it's going to be any Batman. I don't think so.
Okay. Well, that brings us to our final segment, which is a debate on the best Batman movie. Because we all know there's one correct answer, but no one knows which answer it is yet. So
The Dark Knight.
It's
No.
The Dark Knight.
no.
Yeah, it's The Dark Knight. It's The Dark Knight. End of
No.
episode. Play the theme music. We're done.
I've only
Da-da-da-da.
seen Batman versus Superman, and I'm positive that is the incorrect answer.
That is
That is
I think that's the best.
That's out of
That
the
is so
conversation.
far
the
from the correct
statement we
answer. That's
end
not
on.
like
No, technically, if Batman v Superman is the only Batman movie that she's seen, then technically she could put that as best Batman movie.
She
But
won't want to
technically
see
also
any
the
other.
But
worst
that's just the best
movie,
Batman
though.
movie I've seen
But
because it's the only one. But I know for a fact it's not.
But it's also the worst Batman movie she's seen,
That is
which
true.
is a little more accurate.
Okay, the fact that people
It's Schrodinger's
say
film.
it's The Dark Knight indicates to me that they either haven't.
It's Batman and Robin with Poison Ivy.
Yeah, sure. They just haven't seen Mask of the Phantasm, which is a secret Batman movie because like they made a decision at the last minute to put it out in theaters, so no one saw
You don't
it.
like the Tim Burton Batman?
That seems bad.
Oh my god.
Tim Burton Batman's good. It's
Yeah, Tim
It
Burton
is
Batman
good.
is good.
I can't make an appropriate
best one.
judgment on it, but I can't say I don't like The Dark Knight that much.
Okay, Jeremy.
Jeremy, you are
Jeremy.
actively wrong.
No, I
Yeah.
think I'm
Which
right
one
on this
has Catwoman in it?
I don't know.
Jeremy.
The Dark Knight Rises
Silence.
has Catwoman in it.
Batman
Yeah.
Returns
Okay, I've
has
seen
it.
clips from
Batman
that.
Returns as Catwoman.
They always save
Yeah.
Catwoman for the sequels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeremy, but before you even explain your argument, to say that this is a bad movie, because I don't know.
I
if
didn't
you
say
are.
it was. I said I don't like it very
Okay.
much.
Okay, but to say it's bad because
I didn't. When did I
okay.
say it was bad? I didn't.
I just want to make sure we don't say any movie here is bad because to me, any Batman.
No,
movie
because The Dark
is
Knight
a good
Rises is
movie.
bad.
Batman
No,
v
not-
Superman
no, it
is
is not
No,
bad.
it is
Those
not.
those Snyder movies are bad.
I haven't
Who
seen.
said it first?
No. The
Who
Snyder
cuts?
movies are not bad.
Batman
I
v
haven't seen
Superman
them.
is.
I cannot confirm nor deny that.
They're not great.
You know what?
But they're definitely not bad.
I
And
think
that's how I
Batman
feel
vs
about Dark Knight
Superman is pretty
Rises.
good.
You know what? Would have been a really
Your
good
judgment
movie?
is all skewed because you haven't seen the real best Batman movie. I don't. You know.
Well,
I've
which is that
I've
one?
seen
Neither of you.
The Phantasm?
Yeah, that's the best
No,
one.
The Dark Knight.
No.
Haven't you not been listening, Kaya?
Oh my-
It's Kaya.
Kaya, whatever.
Ugh.
Whatever you call yourself, I don't care.
But-
Names mean nothing.
Okay, so what do we have in the running then? Obviously, we have The Dark Knight, and what was your stupid movie, Jeremy?
It's not.
Jesus.
No, you can't.
We
You
have
can't disrespect.
Batman vs Superman and the Mask of Phantasm or something.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
the
even
Mask
think
of
I know which
Phantasm,
one
and
that
it's the
is.
greatest animated movie in.
It's
like,
the
comic
probably the
lore.
third best animated superhero movie ever.
Oh,
What's
that's
your
probably
first
why.
one?
What's number one?
Number one
First
is
two.
Into the Spider-Verse. Number two is The Incredibles.
Wait,
All right, well, I haven't
what?
seen
Wait, what?
either of those.
Oh,
No,
Okay.
Henry, it's
Into
Mask
the
of the
Spider-Verse?
Phantasm.
Hang on, we're not gonna speed past that. You haven't seen The Incredibles?
No. I made a
You
mistake.
grow.
I've seen both Incredible movies.
Oh wait, let's
Okay.
double back. You haven't seen Into the Spider-Verse?
I
not
haven't.
seen- I have not seen Into the Spider-Verse.
The good
That's
news:
understandable.
both
It's only
movies,
4 years old.
both Into the Spider-Verse and Mask of the Phantasm, are on Netflix. You have no excuse. They're the best
Wait,
animated.
Phantasm movie is really on Netflix? Like,
It's good. I recommend checking it out.
wait, I'm kind of worried Jeremy's pulling a fast one on me, and this movie doesn't exist.
Yeah, he did
then-
lie about Banjo.
then can we split this up into live action and then animated stuff?
No,
No,
we have to
because
make
it's all the same.
complicated
I
as
think
possible.
I legitimately
Oh, it does
think
exist.
I legitimately think
Yeah.
Mask of the Phantasm is better than any of the live action ones.
Okay, then what's your pick of the live action?
I don't care. None of them are as good. It doesn't matter.
That's
None of them are good.
For the then I guess I say like Batman 67 with Adam West because that's fun. It's like it doesn't matter. None of them are as good.
Man, I'm seeing a breaking news report. The Batman franchise just been found dead because of Jeremy.
Okay.
Okay, Jeremy, fine. I haven't seen Master of the Phantasm. That means
Yeah, I haven't either.
that means by the logic of this, the best animated one has to be Batman, the Batman Beyond movie, the Return of the Joker one. There, that's the best animated one. So you're wrong now.
Batman Beyond just.
Oh man, no, Batman Beyond hurts me. I don't like it.
Why does it hurt you? It's so good.
No, because Batman. Okay, for those who don't know and are just really confused, Mask of the Phantasm is the movie version. I mean, it's like the made-for-TV movie that became it's the movie of the animated series, which is the best Batman thing ever made.
Yeah,
Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond is a
1993.
continuation of the animated series, but it kind of poops all over it and does things I don't like with the characters.
No.
That's my
How are you
opinion.
gonna say Batman Beyond just poops all over Batman?
It's just
Beyond
like
is
I don't
like-
need to see him as an old guy. I don't need that.
You
Do
just don't
either of
want
them
it.
have
don't
poison
that.
ivy?
But other people do.
Yeah, guess what? You find out that you need things that you never knew you even wanted.
Jeremy, does yours have poison ivy in it?
Not the movie. The show does. She's pretty good.
The
at
show does?
Yeah.
I'm on Jeremy's side.
Batman Beyond has the coolest looking bat suit, like black and red. That's dope as heck.
That is pretty cool.
But he's such an edgelord. I'm so over it.
It's Terry McGinnis. He's a tiny little teenager. It's like Anakin Skywalker.
I don't want to
in the
watch
prequel.
that.
No, but I
I'm
like
good.
Anakin
Skywalker's
edgelords, though.
annoying.
I'm good. I don't need to watch that.
But I
That's-
like the edgelords like anything.
Then don't watch it. You don't have to. No one is forcing you. Just
Okay.
know that you're missing out. Just know that your
Okay.
opinion is wrong.
Well, no, you can't say his opinion's wrong.
let's-
It's valid.
Let me calm everyone down.
Okay.
Um,
This will
okay.
work.
That
Yeah,
no
let's all
matter
take a
what
deep
your
breath.
favorite Batman movie is, the best Batman movie is still better than the best Marvel.
Yes.
I don't know.
Wait,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What did you just say?
The best Batman movie is better than the best Marvel movie. Point blank, period. No questions asked.
Okay,
No
I would
further
I would
discussions.
definitely put The Dark Knight and Mask of the Phantasm over a lot of Marvel, including Infinity War. But Infinity War is definitely on top of like everything else.
Yeah, I was gonna say Infinity War is
Infinity-
pretty strong.
Out of all the ones
Infinity
you go
War
for, you
is
go for
pretty
Infinity War.
overrated.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
Infinity War
What?
isn't a top 5 Marvel movie.
Are you?
This conversation went in a totally different
Infinity
direction.
War has like no stakes to it. It has like this big
No
emotional
one's
at the end,
dead.
and it means nothing.
I hate
Jeremy,
Marvel
this went
fanboys.
perfectly. This is exactly what I wanted to when I said.
I'm not a boy.
Oh, I didn't hear you at all, Nicole.
Well, I guess the important thing is we're
Face
getting
is
away
too
from the
loud.
bad
I
things
can't hear
about
anyone.
Dark Knight.
That's all you gotta turn Dan down.
I
Avengers
did.
Infinity War is 2.5 hours
So-
of build up to a big emotional moment that ends up meaning absolutely nothing.
What are you talking about? The whole entire point of the ending was phenomenal. It's the fact that the bad guy actually won. All
Yeah.
these
No, it doesn't.
He
I
doesn't
just-
win. We all
Too
know they're
much
going to come
crying
back.
For that movie.
for me.
Oh
much
no,
crying for me.
Black Panther's dead, but oh wait, he's got a sequel, so he's not really going to be dead.
ladies and
Too
gentlemen, we
much
all knew
crying for
we all
me.
knew that everyone was coming back in the next movie.
Yeah,
When you
which is-
heard that they were releasing two Avengers movies back to back,
The
and they
fun
were
is seeing
filming
how it happens.
back to
You know?
we all knew that they were coming back, but the way that they executed it was important. That is what's important. It was a
You
flawless
can't.
combination of crossover stories that were fluid.
No.
Don't you,
The way-
John, don't you, John, when I'm defending Infinity War here.
The correct
would-
answer to what you just said is the Avengers. That's the better one. The Avengers is a better than Infinity War.
Wrong.
Yeah,
I would say flawless is a bit much.
yeah. There's,
Okay.
No, but it's pretty strong though.
Yes.
I'm
It's
gonna-
certainly
I'm gonna
better
make
than
a
The Dark
statement.
Knight. Let's be honest. Come on.
You're wrong.
Look deep
You're
into your
wrong.
See,
soul.
I don't know if I could say that.
Right now,
Jeremy,
look deep into
you're
your
out of
soul
this
and you know I'm
conversation.
right. You just know
No,
it.
I just think they're very different movies, and I'm not like, oh, this one's better than this one, because I like them for different reasons.
That's fair, but one can still be better.
I would just say they're in
It's
totally different
subjective.
dimensions.
No,
Yeah.
Parappa the Rapper has to be compared to everything.
So
Everything has to be rated on the Parappa scale.
But is it as good as Parappa?
What was my archive list? I'll have to pull this back from memory, but I believe on the show before we did a definitive what the best Marvel movie is. Jeremy can confirm this.
I don't
Thor
think we did
Ragnarok.
that. I
Correct
don't
answer is
think
Guardians of the
We
Galaxy
did.
Volume 2.
We polled.
Oh,
all
on
of
the
our
TV
seats.
show. Okay.
Yes, on the show. What was number one? Was it the original Avengers?
No, I don't even think that was in the discussion.
I feel like it should be Thor Ragnarok.
No, I think it
I
should be
don't
Guardians of
think
the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yeah, those are acceptable. I love both of those movies.
So I'm gonna just give an opinion, which is all the show is anymore. Top five in no particular order, except for one. One for me is the original Guardians of the Galaxy. That's my favorite.
You just spoiled the entire list.
Well, I'm gonna give you the other four.
I wasn't even
The
interested
Avengers.
before.
Yeah, but now we don't know the grand finale.
The clickbait ranking lists are only enticing because you want to find out what's
It's-
number
listen,
one.
You put
Listen,
one at the
it's like the
bottom.
movie. It's like the movie Shorts. We show you the ending first, then we pull back and go to the beginning.
Whatever, you have your
Uh,
list.
Okay.
So in no particular order, it is Guardians of the Galaxy, The Avengers, the first Iron Man movie. I have three: Black Panther, Doctor Strange.
You can't give your
Question
definitive
your
list
taste?
and then end with a question.
Those are
Doctor
some
Strange. Doctor
choices.
Strange. Doctor Strange. Final answer. I'm sorry.
Doctor Strange is a pretty good movie.
Doctor Strange is just the worst
Do I
Iron
like
Man.
Doctor Strange?
Yeah,
No,
it was-
Jeremy, shut
I
up.
was
Okay, allow me to counter.
It had a great ending, but
Okay,
the rest
Darren.
of Doctor Strange was pretty
Okay, allow
mediocre.
me to counter. Number 5,
Yeah, I feel
first
like Doctor
Iron
Strange is
Man.
kinda mediocre.
Number 4, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. Number 3, Spider-Man Homecoming. Number
No.
2, Captain
Really,
America
though?
the Winter Soldier. Number 1,
Winter
Guardians
Sol-
of the Galaxy Volume 2.
This just slowly devolved into now rating Marvel films instead of
I
Batman.
know, this is not what I wanted to happen.
We have become
No.
a Watch Mojo.
Jeremy, this is what happens when you say that Dark Knight isn't good.
I said I don't
You
like
literally
it.
tried it there.
You turn your
I did
mind
not
to
say it
chaos.
wasn't good. I said I don't like it, and there are bad things in it, but it's not bad.
You can
Dan is the only one that said your
opinion.
opinion's wrong.
Yeah,
And his opinion is wrong.
yeah.
The best part is like you didn't even ask me about it. You just moved on, just whatever, dismissed it outright.
Don't you
All I
know
said was-
the climate that we are living in these days? It's either you agree with somebody or they need to die.
Really, this podcast just
Basically.
turned into us screaming at each other.
Like,
Yeah.
Jeremy, you're entitled to your opinion unless
And me
that
being
opinion is
confused because
wrong.
I've never seen any Batman.
We'll
Kayla, you're safe because you
save,
don't know each other.
we'll
Thank
just
you.
save
Start.
we'll just save my other Batman idea for another time. Next week's
Okay.
episode, I'm
Right.
putting that
I
in
don't even know what
slot.
happened.
I didn't. The segment fell
Yeah, what
apart.
even happened?
I was like, what I was expecting someone to be like, well, why do you not like it? But no, that didn't happen. They were just
Well,
like
here,
went in a
it-
totally
If
different
you tell
All
direction.
that
someone you don't
happened,
like it,
Jeremy,
we're just going to
was-
be yelling more.
Yeah, through the
They
Jeremy,
said,
Jeremy.
"Oh my God, what, Jeremy? Your opinion's wrong.
How dare
This
you
is my opinion."
disagree?
yeah.
Jeremy. Well, first off, one, yelling is how we get views. Two, Jeremy, your homework for next week is to watch The Dark Knight because I wanted to finish.
You
I already
stated
watched
it.
it.
No,
Yeah.
we also like have it fresh in our minds
Rewatch.
next
Do a
week.
rewatch. Throughout.
I don't want to. That's like
Yeah,
3
like-
hours of like the Joker just
That
doing like,
really
I got you
3
again.
hours?
It is 153
Oh my God,
minutes.
wait.
That is not
Is that
3
really
hours.
3 hours?
It feels like
Yeah,
3
Jeremy.
because
Three.
it honestly feels like 3 hours because the Joker just keeps going, I got you again. No, you thought you were gonna do this. I got you again.
It is
You
2
should have
hours
known.
and
That's
33
just
minutes.
Batman, I thought.
performance.
Out of that entire movie, the thing you're criticizing the most is the Joker.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
It's
Who
like
played
the
the
way
Joker
it's
in
just
that
like, I
one?
got you again. No, you thought you were gonna do this. I got you again and
Never
again.
me.
That is not at all what he sounds
I
like.
just so happen to have the script in
I
my
think
hand
Jeremy should
right
play the
here, and
Joker.
I'm not seeing any of that dialogue in the script whatsoever.
Wait,
No, the dialogue's not in it, but that's what happens in the story. He just goes, I got you again.
He's just summing it again.
You're-
He's a
you're
fuck.
watching,
Oh
like,
God,
the
no!
You're watching the bootleg translation where it's gone through like several different countries with the subtitles.
They keep just like walking into the Joker's plans because everyone has to act like an idiot to make the Joker look
He's watching.
cool.
He's watching the version that was.
Movie
That
and
is
plot
Batman.
progression.
I am consulting both of my copies of The Dark Knight, and that is not at all what happens.
Oh man, Darren, you only own 2 copies.
Yeah.
Tell me that they
I
do
have
not just
one.
keep doing what the Joker wants the entire movie. Tell me that.
No.
No, because the whole idea is that he wants Bruce to play into his hands.
Yeah. Do you remember when he's like, "Come on, hit me! I want you to hit me! Come on, hit me! I want you to hit me!" And he doesn't hit him? There you go. Your argument's garbage.
That's not, no.
Wow.
I got tired just seeing it happen again and again. Like, whether or not it was like makes sense in the plot, I don't care. It's like, as an audience member, I'm seeing the same scenario play out like 8 times and I get bored of it.
Jeremy,
Okay.
do you? Oh, wait, never
Okay.
mind. I was
Very
about to say, do you
quickly.
not like Death Note? But then I forgot that's an anime and you don't like it.
Really quickly. Oh, there's a live action version. He loves that one.
Oh no!
Since we are on the topic of the Dark Knight,
No live
what
action Death
what its
Note.
strong suits and what its weak suits are, and all this love for Joker. Jeremy, I gotta ask you: did you at least like the parts with Harvey Dent?
I like the parts with Harvey Dent. I don't like the parts with Two-Face.
Because
I don't like the parts with Harvey, actually.
They're the same, Jeremy.
okay, so
They like build up for like, that's
I
the
like
thing.
Steve
The movie
Harvey.
is like 10 hours long. Like 9 hours of that is like building up Harvey Dent. And then like he becomes Two-Face, he gets like one scene, and then Batman pushes him off a building and he dies. Like it's
Okay.
such like a
Nothing is
anticlimax.
Two-Face.
I'll join you. I'll join you on the crucifixion stage here. As great as the Dark Knight is, and as great as Heath Ledger as the Joker was, and all of his scenes, I think that the strongest scene in that entire movie culminates to the ending with Two-Face.
No, I don't like the ending.
Why? Why?
Because Batman just kills him. It's whatever. Who cares?
Okay,
Oh my God! What a
with that being
spoiler!
said,
I've never
ladies
seen
and gentlemen,
Batman.
why don't we take a crack at making a different Batman movie?
Can
Let's
we do it
just
next week?
Agree.
I don't think
we were doing this next
I was
week,
like, I don't think
man.
we have time, dude.
The perfect
Yeah.
Batman movie already exists. It's on Netflix. Go watch it. The end.
Oh
But the
my
Dark
God.
Knight is on Hulu, Jeremy.
Yeah, it's the
Well,
1930s
this
series.
was
Hulu
great,
is
but
is for
this
rich people.
Is unfortunately going to be the end of the podcast tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining me, including Nicole.
Me?
Mhm.
Hi.
I'm going
I mean, bye.
individually. Kayla.
I kicked him. He doesn't get to do that.
He said, "Thanks for joining me." I think you mean thanks for joining us, everyone.
Anyway, thanks for joining us today. Thank you. Say a
Yeah.
thank you to Dan Snyder.
Yeah, thanks,
Yes.
Dan. Thanks, Darian.
You're
Thanks,
all
Nicole. Thanks, Kayla, for hacking into the feed.
Of course.
I have a tailor-made
But no
nightmare
thanks
I
for
to
think, I think
Kyle.
you're going to thank someone, Jeremy.
Oh,
I have
there's
a tailor-made
Kyle.
nightmare for every
Hey
single
Kyle,
person
why'd
here.
you leave?
Yeah, why'd you
I
leave? Kyle?
didn't. Somebody. I
You were in the
left.
middle of thanking us.
Yeah,
and you
I
left.
was. Oh, I thought it was because Jeremy kicked me out.
No.
No, you
I don't know. You
Does that sound like something
randomly.
like what an
You were like,
abuse of
where did he
power?
go?
It's okay.
Everyone be quiet.
Oh,
Kyle will
That
try
would be
again.
unreasonably
My apologies.
rude.
Apologies. Well, anyway, thank you everyone for joining me tonight.
Okay, so we'll see you next time, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.